The Deluxe Edition Network, also known as The Den, is an incredible podcast network that offers a wide variety of entertaining and informative podcasts.
With a lineup of shows covering various topics, such as interviews with a wide variety of guests, history, music, relationships, true crime, and so much more. The Den provides content that caters to a diverse range of interests.
The hosts and guests on the Deluxe Edition Network demonstrate a deep passion and expertise in their respective fields, making each episode on each show engaging and thought-provoking.
The network fosters a sense of community by encouraging listeners to interact through live chats, social media, and forums, creating an inclusive environment for discussion and sharing opinions.
With its commitment to high-quality production, the shows in the Deluxe Edition Network continue to captivate and entertain its ever-growing audience.
Whether you're a podcast enthusiast or someone looking to explore new topics, The Den is a fantastic platform to dive into and uncover fascinating insights from experts in their fields.
The Deluxe Edition Network is the home of independent awesomeness.
To find all these great podcasts in one convenient location, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
This podcast is hosted by Buzzsprout. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners. The team at Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed. Join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message to the world. If you want an upgrade, Buzzsprout has tons of guides to help you find exactly what you need. We use Buzzsprout and it's a game changer for us. An all-new analytics system helps us track who's listening to our show and where they're listening to it. If you'd like to use Buzzsprout as well, follow the link in our show notes to buzzsprout.com. And while you're there, let them know that Films and Fermentation sent you.
This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Films and Fermentation. That's right. We are Films and Fermentation, a movie and alcohol podcast. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin. I'm Mike.
We're just three friends who like to talk shit about movies while getting shit-faced. This is episode 132. This is the first of two Christmas special episodes that we have coming up. These two Christmas episodes are going to be leading into our season finale for season 7. We'll be coming back with a new season after the New Year's. But this special episode tonight, episode 132, we're calling the Santa Bracket. In this episode, we bring the bracket back. Wow, I got that right the first time. That's right.
It's bracket back. Drink some more.
It's time to pick the ultimate Santa Claus portrayal in movies and TV. It's the ultimate Christmas battle royale. Considering our past bracket episodes, this should go over without a hitch. Before we move on, please enjoy this quick segment that I found on YouTube. It's Liam Neeson trying out for Santa Claus.
Okay, Mr. Neeson, whenever you're ready.
I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake.
Okay, that's good. Let's try it again, maybe a little more jolly. Think Santa.
I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake. I watch you when you're sleeping. Oh yeah. I know when you're awake. I know. I'm making a list and checking it twice. I'm going to find out who's naughty or nice.
Okay, I think maybe that's a little too intimidating.
Yeah, but if you don't mind me saying, I think it's right. You know, do you understand what Santa's saying here? He's making a list. Naughty, nice. He's detailed. He's single-minded. He's an eye in the sky bringing swift judgment.
Okay, but he's also bringing toys to children.
Not the naughty ones. Well, let me tell you something about that reindeer that ran over Grandma. I will look for him. I will find him. And I will kill him. But do you mind if I try something? And that's not a question. Okay. Release the Kringle.
And pause. And don't forget to drop us an email at filmsoffermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsoffermentation to find all of our social media and podcast links. Become part of the Films of Fermentation family by supporting us on Patreon or buying our merchandise at teespring.com. Don't forget, we are now a part of the Deluxe Edition Network. That's right, the Deluxe Edition Network, The Den. You can find more information out about The Den at deluxeeditionnetwork.com. Where you can find out more about our podcasts and all the other members of the Deluxe Edition Network. So, what are we drinking this evening? Anybody want to go first?
I'll go first.
Go first, Mike.
He'll go first.
I am drinking from Yards Brewing Company, Long John's, the winter lager, 6% alcohol by volume.
Long John's?
Long John's.
No, the J is silent.
Long John.
It's young, long
you
yawns.
said long yawns like you were saying it in German or something.
No, I said John's.
No,
I am drinking the long yawn.
I'm drinking the long yawn. It's when
John.
you're very tired and you have to yawn for long periods of time.
I'm very tired. I'm always yawning.
Das Schein Lagerheffen.
Hey,
So,
it's got buttons in the back like the pajamas that doesn't have of ours. You know?
Long Johns. Actually, I like the Long Johns. Yeah, what do you got going on tonight?
Well, you gentlemen know I always bring two because I just drink so damn quickly. I'm debating whether or not to go from least to greatest or greatest to least. You tell me.
I always like to work myself up.
Yeah, let's kick it up a notch. Yeah, start with the least.
All right, so we're going to christen the Christmas Ale by Breckenridge Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
It is a multi full-bodied winter warmer, registering at 7.1% alcohol by volume. So you know the next one's going to be that's the least. And my place of business had their Christmas party tonight, so I'm already about 3 in, and this will be number 4.
Nice. What's the other one you got going if you get to it?
Meta. 11% alcohol by volume.
Do you ever have the Pine Tree one from Sam Adams? Actually tastes like Pine Tree.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible.
I get to chew the sap.
Since we are doing 2 Christmas episodes in a row, I am going to theme my drink based on gifts that have been given to me recently. So I've recently been gifted 2 different bottles of bourbon by 2 different people. So I'm going to do one bourbon tonight and the other bourbon on the next Christmas show.
Does that mean you're actually regifting?
Am I? Is that how it counts? I don't know.
Is that regifting?
Is that regifting? No, it's trying out my gift on live on the air here.
Oh, okay.
So the first one was given to me this past week by the principal at my school.
Nice.
She said, not only is it a Christmas present, it's like a thank you for all the work and dedication I showed her to school, and because I'm going to be celebrating 5 years at that school come January.
Oh, wow.
So she got me a bottle of Buffalo Trace, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. I've not had this one before, so I'm trying it for the first time now. And it is 45% alcohol by volume. So since I do have to go to work tomorrow,
Hey, you know it's blame her.
and edit this podcast tonight, I
watch the Eagles play.
Yeah, I'm cutting it with ginger ale so I don't kill myself.
Oh.
Although
But you're using the big cup again, right?
Well, I did give myself a healthy pour just now, so. I'm using the mason jar.
Here's a little ginger ale.
Little ginger ale for color in the mason jar. Ooh, that's got some bite even with the ginger ale. That's good though.
Slap up and say, "How's your mama?"
I will reveal the other bourbon on the next episode. So, Mike, did anything special happen this week?
This week in film history.
Should I take the first couple?
Yeah, you take the first couple of yours.
So the first three were mine. I put these on here. Andre Braugher, who debuted in the film Glory with Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, and Matthew Broderick, but was best known for roles on the TV series Homicide, for which he won an Emmy for Best Actor, and on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the comedy cop series, passed away this week at the age of 61 after a brief battle with lung cancer. This one it hit me because I like Andre Braugher.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see it. And having just finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine not too long ago, he was really funny in that show, showing like a different side of himself.
You know, I can recognize him from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Law and Order SVU. And then when they had said, no, he was in Glory, I had to do a double take. Yes, I mean, once you say that was him, and you think about it, it's like, shit, that was him.
Yeah, he was the freed slave who was living with Matthew Broderick's family, who then enlists into the army. He's got the glasses. He's a real nerdy guy, but yeah, like when you see it and when you hear his voice, it's like, oh yeah, that is Andre Braugher. But he was very young in that film.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of people in that film.
A lot of people in that film, and it's sad because he was a great actor, and it was apparently he was diagnosed a few months ago, and then like that quickly,
Yeah.
The next one I have on here is for Mike. Netflix released a trailer this week for Beverly Hills Cop 4: Axel F. That's the subtitle, Axel F. Starring Eddie Murphy. It's scheduled for a 2024 release. I know how big a fan you are of Beverly Hills Cop 3.
They should have stopped at 2.
I know. So
it's Eddie Murphy. He's got to replenish his bank account. So he's got a Christmas movie. He's got Coming to America 2. He's got
this now.
Axel F. He's got
So I watched the trailer for it. It actually looked kind of funny. I put the link there for you too, Mike, if you want to check the trailer out for yourself. There is a brief cameo from the two guys who played his partners in the first two movies.
Mm-hmm.
And a brief cameo from Bronson Pinchot, who, all respect to Andre Braugher, I didn't realize Bronson Pinchot was still. And the next thing I put on here is that What If Season 2, the Marvel animated series, is going to be debuting on Disney Plus soon. And I looked at the lineup of episodes, and there are a couple under that seem pretty intriguing. So I'm looking forward to the second season. I like the first season. So
yes.
All right, Mike, you got the next one there then.
Yep. Then in 1949, Tennessee Williams stage drama A Streetcar Named Desire, starring Jessica Tandy, Marlon Brando, and Kim Hunter, and directed by Elia Kazan, closed at Ethel Barrymore Theater in New York after 855 performances. So this was a stage play. not the movie.
When the movie came a few years after, the movie starred Marlon Brando as well.
Mm-hmm.
I find it I'm looking at Jessica Tandy was in this 1949 production of A Streetcar Named Desire, and when I think of Jessica Tandy, I think of Driving Miss Daisy.
Yep.
Batteries not included.
Or batteries not. I was going to say the movie with the little alien guys. Batteries not included.
It did win a Tony and a Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah, it's very famous play, very famous movie.
Mm-hmm.
Elie Kazan would go on to direct Marlon Brando in On the Waterfront as well.
Mm.
So, and your last one there, Mike.
1964, Goldfinger, third James Bond film starring Sean Connery and Honor Blackman, premieres in London.
My favorite line of every James Bond movie ever made, my favorite line is in this one. Do you want me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I want you to die.
Hey, did you guys know that there's a sequel to A Streetcar Named Desire? Called A Trolley Named Agita?
The Trolley Named Agita? I thought you were going to give me, isn't there like a Streetcar Named Desire musical in The Simpsons or something?
Boy.
Ned Flanders takes his shirt off and he's all buff. You have any must-try beer or craft destinations for us this evening?
I have a craft destination for you in New Jersey.
Hey, I know that place.
Hey, I've been there.
Yeah, not kidding. I paid to leave that place all the time. So. Kane Brewing Company, 1750 Bloomsbury Avenue, Ocean Township. This coastal brewery on the New Jersey shore focuses on American and Belgian-influenced beer styles, such as the High Head American IPA, Single Fin Belgian Blonde Ale, and the Cloud Cover Belgian Wheat Ale. All of their handcrafted beers are unfiltered and locally brewed at their custom two-vessel brew house located on Ocean Township. There you go, guys. Ocean Township, called
Ocean Township.
Kane Brewing Company.
I feel like I've had something from them before.
Probably.
Might be because I live in Jersey.
Maybe.
All right. It's time for our favorite segment, the Synopsis According to Glip. Synopsis According to Glip is brought to you by Newsly.me. Newsly.me is an audio super app for iOS and Android that reads the news to you in a natural human voice. Stop scrolling. Start listening. Go to Newsly.me today and use the promo code ADINFORMENT to get your first month premium subscription for free. This is an interesting Glip this week. So last week, we were talking about movies about making movies. It was our meta episode. I think Glip had a hard time following it a little bit. So here's our synopsis.
It's Inception.
Kevman ran out of socks and underwear, so he needed to go commando. Leo asked Mike about the definition of classically trained brewer, and Kevman told him that the P is silent. Leo spoke about a movie where the studio hires a first-time director and they are cheap, so they take the actors into the jungle and make them act better. That's like one of those poor synopses of a movie, because that was Tropic Thunder. Leo said the best part of any movie is Margot Robbie.
Wow.
I can't deny I probably said that. Leo and Mike discussed the best joke in silent movie and the cast of characters. Leo and Kevman are discussing the trivia for the movie poopshoot.com and the white man coffee getting sued. I think that was you trying to formulate a sentence while laughing. Talking about Jay and Silent Bob. And the participants decided to bring back the bracket for the next episode. See, I couldn't get it right twice.
Couldn't do it twice.
So, Kevman, you were talking about having to go get the laundry done. You ran out of socks and underwear.
Yep.
The classically trained brewer was a description of the craft destination that Mike gave us last week.
Mm-hmm.
The P is silent was from the dad joke about the pterodactyl going to the bathroom. The first thing there was me talking about Tropic Thunder. The Margot Robbie thing was from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The best joke in silent movie was the Mel Brooks film silent movie that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Trivia for moviepoopshoot.com was we were asking each other trivia questions about Jay and Silent Bob. And then the White Man Coffee getting sued was the scene with Chris Rock as the director that Kevin couldn't get through because he was laughing so hard he couldn't formulate a sentence.
Spit in that coffee, didn't you?
Some motherfucker getting sued. And the last one was talking about this episode that we're recording tonight, the bracket episode for Best Santa Claus.
Bracket's back. Yeah.
So that was your very brief synopsis, according to Glip. I was going to take a break now to do some show promos, but I think I'm going to go into this a little bonus segment first, and then we'll do some show promo stuff. So the Golden Globe nominations came out this week. Some movies on there are not a surprise. The Best Picture, Oppenheimer's on there, Killers of the Flower Moon, Barbie, The Holdovers, all these movies that were not too much of a surprise. A lot of the directors, actors, and actresses are not surprising as well. But what was surprising to me this year, and this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, is the Golden Globes came up with a new category that I think the Oscars should probably think about too. So they have a new category this year called Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Award. So it's basically like a Best Picture award for a box office hit.
Molly agrees.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So you have your Best Picture, which can have your, have blockbusters in it, but also has like your art house films. Whoa. You all right, Molly? She doesn't like,
she's going to tell you about these Golden Globes.
Yeah, I don't think she likes this new category.
She's losing her shit. She was just up here. She barked like twice, and then she ran downstairs and had a panic attack, and then ran back up here and continued. Is she okay? Okay, go ahead.
All's quiet on the Western Front. So this new award that they're doing this year is called the Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Award. So it's basically an award that's going to go to the best picture amongst box office hits.
That's who gets the most amount of money and
the way they describe it is it's going to go to what they consider the best picture out of that group and not necessarily the one that made the most money. So here, I'll give you the nominees and you can see what I mean. So the nominees for this award this year are Barbie, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, John Wick Chapter 4, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. It's like the sequel award. Oppenheimer, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. So that's 8.
Taylor's going to win that. Come on.
Well, it's 8 of the biggest box office hits of the year. Said it's going to go to the one that they voted as like the best picture. But I like the idea of having a box office award.
Yeah, but I don't think they need to vote on it.
But you don't need to vote on it. Which one made the most money? There you go. That's your winner.
Yeah, but exactly. I feel like if you're going to vote on it as what's the best picture among the box office hits, then if your movie has already been nominated for best picture, I don't think it should be in that category.
Right.
No, I agree, but you have too many different genres. I mean, you're going from Super Mario Brothers and Barbie to
concert.
Yeah. A concert
but I don't think they're looking at it as a genre award, and the best picture has different genres in it too.
Yeah.
It's not a genre award. It's not like, best musical or best comedy or something like that.
No, I see what you're saying, but the only reason they're in there is because they were the top. How many movies were there? 10?
There's eight movies in this category.
Top 8 movies that made the most money, and that's the only reason how they got into that. But
that's kind of like what the category is did they make money? Yes. And I think it's like a nicer way of saying the popular movie award.
Yeah.
I think they're trying not to call it the popular movie award because then it kind of diminishes the best picture. But at the same time, like Oppenheimer and Barbie both have best picture nominations. I don't think they should be in this category.
But they made a shitload of money.
Yeah, but it's at the same time, you could have put other movies in there that also made a shit ton of money and then have this award go to an actual unique film. I don't know. It's the first time they're doing it, so we'll see how it goes.
Because once the Oscars get a hold of it, it won't be the right movie won't get voted for anyway.
Yeah, it'll be the biggest box office among indie hits.
Exactly.
So this brought me to another piece of trivia that I thought was pretty interesting. The top 3 movies this year of 2023 are Barbie, Oppenheimer, and Super Mario Brothers. They're the top 3 box office hits. It is the first time since 2001 that the top 3 hits were not a sequel or a remake. In 2001, the top 3 films were Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, and Monsters, Inc.
Oh, wow.
All 3 of those films go on to have sequels.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to know the top 3 movies in the box office that were not sequels or remakes and did not spawn sequels or remakes, you have to go back to 1982. When the top 3 box office films that year were E.T., An Officer and a Gentleman, and Tootsie.
Yeah, but now you know that these 3 are also going to have remakes to them, or not remakes, sequels to them.
Oh,
Barbie's
Oppenheimer
definitely
2,
slotted
what?
for Oppenheimer
2, Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oppenheimer again.
Oppenheimer again.
Oppenheimer returns.
Twicenheimer. Oppenheimer 3, Weisenheimer. I know they're trying to get Margot Robbie to come back for a sequel to Barbie. She is adamant about not wanting to do a sequel. She feels like the film told the story that it had to tell. But then again, you drop a big enough check in somebody's lap.
And they get nominated for,
best actress. And so
best movie in the box office. So,
yeah, there you go. I just thought that was an interesting piece of trivia because actually it would have been 1988 when Beetlejuice came out, but Beetlejuice now has a sequel. So you had to go all the way back to 1982. So we're going to take a quick break so you can hear some short promos from some of our friends over at the Deluxe Edition Network. When we come back, we're going to go to our main segment where we're going to talk about actors who have played Santa Claus. This is including film and TV in order to fill up our bracket. So we're going to do a 16-team bracket voting on who is the best Santa Claus in film and television. Be right back after the show.
Hey, this is Casey Shearer.
And this is Ray.
Do you like pop culture?
We're pretty sure you do.
Then come on over and check us out at deluxeedition.show.
You will not be sorry. Or maybe you will be. I don't know.
Hey, this is Ron. Do you like movies?
Hey, this is Ragnar. Y'all like alcohol?
Hey guys, this is Stu. Do you like punishments?
Hey, this is Goot. Do you like cinephiles?
Hey everybody, I'm Chase. Do you guys like alcohol poisoning?
If you like all of that, then check us out at Barrel Age Flicks. We're on Apple, Spotify, and all the other platforms out there.
All right. We are back from our short break. Thank you for staying with us. Let's take a look at the bracket, shall we? So I narrowed this down to 8 actors on each side of the bracket, making a 16-team elimination here with first seed, second seed, etc. Go all the way down to 8th seed on each side. So let's take a look at the West first, shall we? On the West bracket, I have Richard Attenborough, who played Santa Claus in the reboot version of Miracle on 34th Street. I put him as first seed because it's one of the few reboots I think is better than the original, in my opinion, at least. In the 2 seed, we have Tom Hanks as Santa Claus in the Polar Express. And the 3 seed, I have Mickey Rooney, who did the voice of Santa Claus in a number of Rankin Bass projects. I think he did 3 films total. In the 4th seed, I have Dave Huddleston from everybody's favorite film, Santa Claus the Movie. Co-starring Dudley Moore.
I like that movie. Shut it.
I know. That's why I put it in there. That's why it's the 4th seed. Fifth seed is Kurt Russell in The Christmas Chronicles, which is 2 films that are on Netflix right now. David Harbour in a film that I watched not too long ago that is fucking awesome. You have to see it, Violent Night, where he plays a Santa. It's like Santa Claus meets Die Hard. In the 7th, I have James Cosmo, who played Santa Claus in Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And Stan Francis in the 8th seed, who is the voice of Santa in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer special from 1964. On the East, we have Tim Allen, who plays Santa Claus in the Santa Claus films and now the Santa Claus series on Disney+. Number 2 is Edmund Gwynn, who played the Santa in the original Miracle on 34th Street from 1947. In 3rd seed, Ed Asner from Elf, Mike's favorite movie because it stars Will Ferrell. In the 4th seed, we have Paul Frees, who did the most Rankin and Bass projects as the voice of Santa Claus. I think he did 5 films, if I remember off the top of my head. 5th seed, Billy Bob Thornton for Bad Santa 1 and 2. That was a stretch because I needed one more Santa to fill out the bracket.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson in the 6th seed as Fat Man. The favorite choice of Casey from the Deluxe Edition Network podcast. 7th seed, Paul Giamatti as Santa Claus in Fred Claus. Fred Claus is his brother, played by what the hell's his name?
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn, yes, thank you. And the last one is Ed Ivory, an 8th seed, who does the voice of Santa in The Nightmare Before Christmas. Ready? Go.
Ready? Go.
So let's take a look at the West and the first matchup, which is 1st seed Richard Attenborough in the 34th Street reboot versus Kurt Russell in the Christmas Chronicles. I know who I'm voting for. I don't know if you guys have a nomination here yet. I love Kurt Russell.
He did a very good job, but it's the thing of which Santa do you lean more towards, the traditional, the more genteel, or the one that plays a harmonica in a bar and has jetpacks attached to a sleigh?
For me, it's the Santa who laughs very jolly when the little girl pulls on his beard to see if it's real, which would be Richard Attenborough in the 34th Street reboot. Mm-hmm. Mike, how about you?
I'm trying to not hold Jurassic Park against Attenborough. Bringing dinosaurs back, killing kids.
Why would you hold it against Richard Attenborough? I just watched Jurassic Park again last night. He's awesome in it.
Yeah, he's awesome in it, but he's the one, that's not a Santa Claus thing to do, bring him back.
You do realize it's a fictional film, right? That's not a true story.
I do.
Damn it, once his brother started doing those, nature shows.
He's like, I got to one-up that son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Richard Attenborough in this one.
Right. So 1st seed moves on. Second, let's go to 1st seed on the East then. Tim Allen in the Santa Claus series versus Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa 1 and 2. So I just moved Tim Allen across.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Bad Santa series, but like I said, I had to throw something in there just to kind of fill out the bracket. So back to the West. Number 2, Tom Hanks in The Polar Express versus David Harbour in Violent Night.
Based on my knowledge of both of these films, I think I'll go with Tom Hanks.
This goes back to do I want traditional Santa versus Santa with a fucking axe?
Yeah.
Mike?
I'm going with Tom Hanks.
I was going with David Harbour. Anyway, I left off all Christmas horror films. So Krampus didn't make the list, or any of the guys from Silent Night, Deadly Night, or anything like that. My wife found a channel on our Fire Stick. It's called Christmas Plus, It's a free movie
Oh,
channel.
I've seen it.
It's
okay.
it's a free movie channel. It's all Christmas movies. Most of them are
But it's got
bullshit.
commercials and
and it's like glorified Hallmark films. But they do have a series of Christmas horror films that look so awful. I can't wait to watch all of them.
You know what I didn't see on your list here? Where's John Travolta?
What, in the fucking commercial? I said TV and film. I'm not doing commercial, man. It's enough that I included TV in this because I never include TV in these lists. All right, moving on to second seed on the East. Edmund Gwynn is the original 34th Street Santa versus Mel Gibson in The Fat Man.
I'm going Edward Gwynn. I love the
Edmund.
Come on, man. We covered Fat Man. Come on.
I know.
Throw me a bone here. Throw me a fucking bone here, people. All right, so Edmund Gwynn moves on. Sorry, Casey. I was with you, man, on Mel Gibson. Number 3 on the West, Mickey Rooney in various Rankin Bass projects. I think he was the voice of Santa in The Year Without Santa Claus. He did a lot of those ones there. Versus James Cosmo in Narnia. I love James Cosmo. He was the old, tough fighter in Braveheart. Mm-hmm. He was Ewan McGregor's father in Trainspotting. He's a great actor, but his role in Narnia is a very brief one.
Yes,
and even though he looks great as Santa, I don't know if it's enough to take down Mickey Rooney, who did some iconic Rankin Bass cartoons.
He's the voice of your Christmas.
Yeah, basically. Well, him and I would say Paul Frees on the other end. So Mickey Rooney makes it through.
Yep.
That takes us to Ed Asner and Elf, third seed on the East versus Paul Giamatti and Fred Claus. Now, I know Mike's not a big Elf fan, but I'm going Ed Asner.
I'm going to go with Ed Asner as well.
I'm going to abstain because I didn't watch either one of these freaking movies.
Doesn't matter. Our vote carries it through anyway. I love Paul Giamatti as an actor. Fred Claus is not a great film. And it's mostly about Vince Vaughn anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Huddleston in Santa Claus the Movie versus Stan Francis in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from 1964. To me, this is the first time we have an actual battle on this bracket. Because I know Kevin loves the Santa Claus the Movie.
Yeah.
I like Santa Claus the Movie, but I also love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I think Tom Hiddleston's walking away with this one.
Tom Hiddleston?
Dave,
Probably not. Yeah. Maybe Dave Huddleston.
Maybe Dave Huddleston.
Dave Huddleston might. I don't know about Tom Hiddleston.
They're related.
Tom Hiddleston's currently, watching the timelines in the MCU. What did you say, Mike? This is a tough one.
This is a tough one. But I'm going to go with Huddleston.
I was going to go with Stan Francis, but I had a feeling I was going to win that one anyway. So
it was very tough.
That was probably the best matchup I had so far. And then on the other side, we have Paul Frees in the other Rankin Bass projects versus Ed Ivory, Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'd say Paul Frees.
Again, I think this is a matter of a guy who's like the voice of your childhood Christmas versus another character that's kind of small.
Yes, but I also would think because of our age bracket, we would go with the Paul Frees. If we were much younger, we would probly go with the one we knew more.
If we shot at Hot Topic more.
Yes, I'm saying we're old.
Are you saying we're old? Just because you're in your 60s, Mike.
No, don't go there. I'm not that old yet.
Mike's 2 years away from AARP.
They're already sending me applications, dude. Shut up.
I have to say, the deeper I get into this bourbon, the more I like it. All right, so that takes us to the next round here. So we have first seed Richard Attenborough for the 34th Street reboot versus second seed Tom Hanks in the Polar Express. I'm going Attenborough. I don't give a shit what you guys say. I hate the Polar Express. Is it
I
just
don't
me?
hate it, but the Santa character is short-lived. A small part.
I'm thinking
Tom Hanks has so many other roles in the movie that
I'm also thinking it's just the kids are creepy as shit in that film too. Hot chocolate. Kev Rose, you're right there, Kev.
Yeah. I'm good.
No, I can hear you. Your picture just
I
stopped.
can hear you, but it looks like you're still thinking in your ear.
Hey, Kev.
Hey.
Hey. Give me a thumbs up.
Because you're the only one that does
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Hold on, I can't see me.
Yay! All right, that takes us to Tim Allen versus Edmund Gwynn. What the? Oh, the Rockstar one, yeah. Tim Allen, first seed versus second seed Edmund Gwynn.
I'm going with Edmund because I really like the original movie. Original 34th Miracle on 34th.
Tim Allen does Tim Allen as Santa Claus, as opposed to Edwin doing Santa Claus.
I think it's like you said, Mike, with the younger thing, like younger crowd probably would go with Tim Allen because that's probably who they know as Santa Claus for the most part. But I'm going to go Ed Gwynn because 34th Street, whether it's the original or the reboot, it's just such a classic.
Man's got to do something to keep warm.
So we got our first upset. Oh, no, we don't. We got what you guys pick for Tom Hanks and Attenborough?
Attenborough.
Okay, so that's our first upset then there is that second seed. Third seed, Mickey Rooney versus not Tom Hiddleston, but Dave Huddleston. I know you're going Huddleston. I know.
I'm going Huddleston.
Mike, what are you going?
I'm going Rooney.
I'm the loot then.
Yeah, you're the flop. Yep, you're the.
If I could say, Huddleston has to actually act as Santa Claus. Rooney just had to voice Santa Claus.
Oh, come on. Voice actors act in that booth.
Not as much as they do now with CGI, but
you do know that Santa Claus the movie though too, like featured mostly Dudley Moore.
Yes,
and that was the downside to it. Yeah, that was the downside to it.
I'm sorry, Kev.
But
I'm going with the voice of my youth.
He put one foot in front of the other.
I'll have a blue Christmas. So
you're also forgetting Santa Claus the movie had a great performance by Burgess Meredith too. It's Father Time.
Rocky had a great performance from Burgess Meredith as well.
Yeah, true. Bum, you always be a bum.
So did the Mice and Men. So did the Penguin and Batman, for that matter. Ed Asner and Elf versus Paul Frees in various Rankin Bass projects. I know Mike is going Paul Frees.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Paul Frees.
I'm probably going Ed Asner.
Shit. I already disappointed Kev on one round.
You can do whatever you want. You can be a Rankin Bass roadie.
No, I'm going to disappoint Mike on this round. I think we can't have too many Rankin Basses in there. So I got Ed Asner.
I guess too many Rankin Basses.
Now, if you watch Elf, Mike, I know you don't like Will Ferrell, but Ed Asner is a really, really good Santa Claus.
Yeah, but here I'm going with the movies about the elf, not Santa.
I know, but it's a good performance anyway. I mean, the movie starts because he basically kidnaps Will Ferrell's character. Let's see here. Now we got Richard Attenborough, first seed versus third seed, Mickey Rooney.
I'm going to go with Richard Attenborough.
I was going to say the same thing. I think as much as I love Mickey Rooney, I think I got to go with Attenborough. And, so Mike, so that's a clean sweep. So the first seed in the West makes it to the finals, and he's going to face off against either the second seed in the East, Edmund Gwynn, the original Santa from 34th Street, or Ed Asner and Elf.
I'm going Edmund Gwynn.
I was going to say, I think it's going to be a battle of 34th Street Santas.
I think it will be too.
So our final round comes down to first seed in the West, Richard Attenborough as Santa Claus in the Miracle on 34th Street reboot, versus second seed in the East, Edmund Gwynn, Santa Claus in the original Miracle on 34th Street, 1947. Holy shit!
Now, this is going to be a hard one because
I already got my mind made up.
I prefer the original because I like the way it ends.
Yep.
But if we're going on acting, both played magnificent Santa Claus.
Yeah,
I agree, and that's why my vote's going to Richard Attenborough because I really enjoy him in the reboot version.
I'm going to stick with Edmund Gwynn because I really.
Ked, you're the tiebreaker then.
Because I think he does more outside of just the main story as Santa Claus with the handicapped kid and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point, Mike. And Leo, you made a very good point too. This is tough. I think you guys kind of know the direction I want to go in. When it comes to brackets,
the winner is Sean Bean in the field.
Sean Bean in the field. As Santa Claus.
Getting thrown off the cliff by a flock of lambs.
I'm going to go with Edmund Gwynn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I said I didn't have a stake in this bracket, but I'm kind of disappointed in that, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. I like Richard Attenborough, and I like both versions of it, but I think, I don't know, it's just me with remakes, man.
No, I'm just saying, when it comes down to it, the three of us usually are against the reboots.
Right.
So, it's one of the few I like,
I don't hate this reboot. It's just I think I like the way they used the dollar bill. They used the mail.
Yeah,
the mail
in the original,
right? And how the mail was delivered to Santa Claus, and that was yeah.
I like that, and I liked that they did a little more. The story was a little more broader with Santa Claus, and it seems like all the reboot is all about going through and trying to discredit Santa. Was the
right, and I like the element of the story where it was Santa talking to the boy who was trying to be a good kid, by playing Santa and then getting dissuaded by the department store psychologist, which we all know how many department store psychologists there are in the world.
I don't know if that's how demanding a job that is. So our winner then, the number one actor to play Santa Claus in a film, Edmund Gwynn, who played Santa Claus in the original Miracle on 34th Street in 1947. So, Mike, do you have any beer trivia or history for us this evening?
I got some beer history. The dry stout style we know today originated in Dublin, Ireland, when in 1840 the old Guinness Brewery at St. James Gate began brewing a lighter, drier version of stout with roasted barley. Of course, the term stout was used much earlier in London to refer to a strong version of porter, which was a precursor style to the stout.
I enjoy porters and stouts.
I like beer.
I like beer.
Speaking of beer, I love lamp. Speaking of beer, what do we think of our drinks this evening?
Very good, sir. Very good. A nice Christmas beer, winter beer.
Mm-hmm. Mike enjoyed his Long John.
Long Johns.
My Long John. Das Shine Long John, die Lagerheffen. Kev, did you get through all your drinks, or you just on the first one?
No, I only got through the one. You guys, we rushed through this too quick. We should go for another hour or so.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 54 minutes. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not like there's anything going on tonight that we want to watch.
E-N-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Oh, sorry.
Eagles.
I also have to edit this program tonight.
I enjoy my Breckenridge Christmas salad. It's the last in my fridge, and I don't think it'll make its comeback again this year. Not because it was bad, just because there are other beers out there to try. So it was a delightful end to this flavored beer.
So I had the Buffalo Trace Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey this evening. As I said at the beginning, had a little bit of a bite, but as I've gotten further down the glass, I've enjoyed it more and more. Might have a little nip more before I go to bed tonight.
The more you drink, the better it tastes.
There you go.
There you go. So thank you, everybody, for joining us for this episode this evening, episode 132, which was the Santa bracket. Again, our winner was Edmund Gwynn, who played Santa in the original Miracle on 34th Street in 1947. We hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Don't forget, you can drop us an email at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation. Find all of our social media and podcast links. You can become part of the Films and Fermentation family by supporting us on Patreon or buying our merchandise on teespring.com. You could also find out more about our podcast and our other podcast friends at the Deluxe Edition Network. That's the Den at deluxeeditionnetwork.com. And making sure you check out this month's podcasts of the month on the Deluxe Edition Network. They are the Deluxe Edition Podcast and the Steve and Crypto Show on the Deluxe Edition Network. Don't forget to stop by the crossroads between pickled and fermented next time around for not only our second of a series of Christmas specials, but also our season finale for season 7. Our season finale is episode 132, lovingly titled Shitters Full, revisiting National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It is the 35th anniversary of the film, so we're going to do a little deep dive on our season finale for this year, and we'll be coming back with season 8 after the new year. Thank you again for joining us, everybody. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Deb.
And we host a pretty fun podcast called Today We Laughed and Learned. You know, this is where we discuss all the things we should have learned, but, well, never did. And we have quite a few laughs along the way.
Today We Laughed and Learned with Chris and Deb.
We're curious about everything. Experts on nothing.
Come find us wherever you get your podcasts.